Hello, good afternoon, everyone, and good morning for those who are in different time zones, or perhaps good evening. And a happy Chinese New Year to everyone. My name is Marilyn. I'm the founder and CEO of Customized Training Solutions Private Limited, Asia's most trusted learning solutions provider, and we are passionate about helping leaders and organizations transform and thrive by co-creating a customized program with the help of our world-class resources. And why our client chooses us and what makes us different is that we provide world-class expert with a well combination of practical and training experience. And our of course, we are known for our customer centricity, passion, unreserved attention, and responsiveness. We also tailor a lot of experiential programs which are co created with our clients and partners, which ensures cost efficiency, relevance, and of course, impact and outcomes. So, our client includes Petronas, Sony, ProLife UK, Ayala Group, Chevron, Tencent, Jollibee Foods Corporation, and Shell, to name a few. And today, it's going to be my pleasure to be able to introduce and interview Dana. She has an amazing and interesting profile. Dana Bachar Grossman is a best selling author, a public speaker whom recently left her comfort life in Singapore after a decade and moved to live on a yacht in the Mediterranean. Wow. Exploring life and homeschooling their four boys. Dana is an international mediator and a negotiation trainer. She has been blessed with an innate ability to see things as a matter of fact while bringing a fresh, optimistic solutions to any situation. She is a proponent of open communications and empathy and has been guiding corporates and families for nearly 25 years to use these tools to resolve even the most critical disputes. Dana founded Mediate and Reaching Hearts Giving Back with a mission to motivate people to be effective, empathetic communicators, which in turn has contributed to our community's greater good. In her spare time, she loves to do stand up comedy with a goal of not only raising funds for various charities she is part of, but also to inspire others to be their best self through the use of language well we all understand, which is laughter. So without so much further ado, I'd love to bring in Dana. Hi, Dana.
Hi, hi.
Thank you so much for taking time to have this interview with me. I know it's a holiday, but here we are.
Right.
So let's start now. Okay, so I would like to have everyone understand where you're coming from in terms of your perspective. So please do share with us your leadership experience and influencers, your style perhaps, and the who influenced you, why you actually lead that way.
Yes. So, hello everybody, and Gong Xi Fa Chai for those who celebrate the Chinese New Year. Yes, there are a few influencers that I've gathered along my adult life. One of them, which I really admire and I learn a lot from, is Tony Robbins. He's teaching a lot of things that are within us anyway, but his ability to be resourceful, to bring the essence of the things to you, to make them simple, to make them accessible, to make you act. I admire the way he acts with people. And the one thing that really, hit me strongly when I first attended one of his seminars was his ability to be authentic and vulnerable. So regardless of his size and, his energy and his voice is big, his presence is huge, but he can be very human and very authentic. And I adopted it. I think I've been like this for all my life because that's what I am. But suddenly I understood through him the power of influence of this authenticity and vulnerability. So when you do something with passion, you are very clear to yourself, and therefore you're clear to others. And he's one of those influencers. And others are my yoga teacher, which I learn a lot from in terms of, being present and mindfulness. And of course, my kids. I know a lot of people say the kids are our biggest lessons and they're a mirror in our face. I'm telling you, by moving to the boat, which is a very small, contained, space of living, the lessons are very frequent and very strong. So, and I see them how they influence themselves, how they influence each other, and how I'm getting influenced by them because they are very clear and they are very passionate and they keep it simple. So that's my style of leadership, I think.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing, Dana. And I love what you said that, not only learning from the coaches, Tony Robbins as your influencer, but also learning from your children. And, as parents, we can learn a lot from our children, right? And I
Yeah.
love that part where you say that, making things simple and being able to influence through authenticity and vulnerability, because I think a lot of times people, especially the traditional leaders, right, I'm sure you will agree with that, that they have to look, and especially in Asia I would say, that they have to show power as compared to what you recommended to be authentic and to be vulnerable in front of your team, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I
So
agree.
I really admire that kind of leadership. So having said that, what is leadership for you?
Oh, thank you for asking. So I do believe that leadership is someone who is authentic, and he's very, how do you say it, he's evolving while he's walking. So once you have a clear mission of what you want to do in life, and it doesn't matter if you want to be a singer, if you want to be a writer, if you want to be a trainer, if you want to be whatever, once you have a clear mission and you know what you want to do, and you do it with passion, and you do it authentically, when it's hard, and you face it and you share it and you say it as it is, you take those lessons and you learn from them and you evolve. The evolvement, the movement is what's important. That's what I think leadership is. Leadership is oneself who is evolving while being authentic, vulnerable, and sharing the journey. And then it doesn't matter where you are succeeding or you're learning. There is no fail. It's either you succeed in what you do and you move on, or you're learning from your mistakes and you move on anyway. So that's what I think leadership is all about. This is what a leader is.
Yes, I love that. I love that, to be able to evolve and to be able to,
I really,
have a clear mission that you do with passion. I think that passion part is important, and being able to evolve at the same time, right? So now, speaking of evolving, how would you define and describe the next normal?
yeah. Well, yes, it's a good question. Normal. What is norm? Even before the pandemic, people said, oh, it's not what it used to be. There is a new norm. I think the norm is different to anybody anyway. I do believe that because people now are, maybe they've learned a lesson of, what you have, it's not necessarily what you're going to have. So you really need to be able to adapt to changes. It's okay to go through, the stages of grief. I lost something, so I deny it, and then I sorrow, and then I'm angry, and then whatever, fine. But you have to be able to know that it is a curve and there is a way out of the tunnel. So I think the new norm will be of people developing more things themselves, collaborating more, because they understand that it's not about where I work, how much money I make, or where I live. It's about my network, who I collaborate with, how can I be resourceful. So if I have one skill and you have another one, if we work together, we can bring a bigger value to the market, a bigger value to our community, a bigger value to our friends. So I think it's going to be more efficient, it's going to be very clear. It's going to be more cost efficient because people will not rent the office in order to show off. They will save the money to do other things, to work on marketing, to work on, fulfilling, maintaining, and evolving their relationship with their clients. People will understand that it's about who is in your circle. It's about relationship. There is nothing more precious than relationship. Money can't buy it. Your time you put inside, this is what brings you the relationship, your compassion, your care, your empathy, your kindness. You give good, the good will come back. That's what I believe will be the new norm. People will understand that life is more simple than it used to be. When you go through darkness or winter time, literally speaking, because now we're in the winter, it's going to go away. Maybe it will take longer or shorter, we don't know. But this is our time to evolve and to accept these challenges rather than rejecting them and say, if you don't grow, you die. This is the law of nature. So I think that's the new norm.
I really love what you say that if you don't grow, you die.
You do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just typing it out, and you finished your statement. So anyway, really, I totally agree with you. I mean, if you don't grow, if continuous learning is really important, so that you can continuously grow as well and adapt at the same time. I think more than any time in the history of the world, now is the best time to be able to be, you know, a continuous learner, I would say, right? So yeah. And so you've mentioned quite a lot of things about collaboration, which what we are doing right now. In fact, I mean, I'm super proud of the summit that we are organizing together, because a lot of this talks about creating that awareness, that collaborations, and uniting business leaders and thought leaders at the same time, to be able to contribute and make a difference. And I think that's important, right? So
I agree. I
and
agree.
yeah, and you've also mentioned that if you don't grow, you die. If you don't learn, or continuously learn, it will be difficult to be able to navigate. So what do you believe, or what does it take to navigate this crisis now, that traditional metrics and assumptions have been rendered irrelevant?
Oh, I think now more than ever, I mean, I'm experiencing it on myself. It's about practicing your ability to be present and to be mindful and to be connected. There is a bigger source out there. Some people will call it the universe energy, some people will call it the creator or God, irrelevant and doesn't matter. Once you practice, whether it's yoga, meditation, mindfulness, practical philosophy, whatever you name it, I think the most important thing is to know how to connect to your core. So you know what is it that you want, what it is that you need, how to find peace of mind and how to find happiness. These times of this crisis have brought people down, not only economically, financially. We've brought a lot of people were brought down mentally and emotionally. Depression is one of the biggest diseases. It's bigger than this pandemic. This pandemic comes and goes. Depression will not come and go so easily and so fast. I really think that moving forward, people, and I see it everywhere, it makes me really happy, people should choose to practice some kind of methods to maintain their peace of mind and happiness, and to be able to be grateful for what there is, instead of asking all the time, what if. We have no control over the future in terms of things that are coming, like the pandemic. We have total control on how we perceive it, how we act accordingly, and how we choose to think about it. So if you say, instead of what if, you say what is, and you're living in the moment, and you practice this being in the moment, and you are saying your gratitude and gratefulness, and you're keeping your communication channels open, and you are receiving those opportunity with open arms, I think this will lead you forward in a lot of yes, in a lot of positive vibes and energy, for sure.
Thank you. I love that part where you said, you have to be grateful and live in the moment. And so, having said that, what are the important leadership capabilities or skills, you must have in this next normal to be able to continue to, lead effectively?
I think it's like a summary of everything we talked so far. First of all, I think it's really good to have clarity of what is it that you're good at, or what is it that people are coming to you for, whether they're coming to you for a skill, for advice, for a service. Once you know who you are, you can take it forward with this clarity, with passion, and with this mission to help, to share, and to influence others. Once you know who you are, you need to understand that you're not one human being, a person that is running the show. You need to have the ability to be resourceful, to understand what others have to complete the package that you want to share with the world. You need to be courageous. This is not the time to say, okay, I'm really good in training, I'm going to do training all my life. No. Once you do something very good and you become an expert, this is the time to kick yourself in the butt and to move forward, to be courageous, to do something out of your comfort zone, to try different things, to evolve in your brain, to create new neurological bridges that say, I can do something new. Then you set a role model for others to dare, to lead, to try something that you don't know about. And then whether you're going to gain a new skill or you're going to learn from it that this is not from you. But being courageous and out of your comfort zone, I think it's crucial. And also something that I learned from my expertise of mediation and conflict resolution and stuff like that, it's really important to work and find the common ground. People used to go forward with their own skill and their passion and their mission, and whether it worked or not, everybody have their own agenda, strategy, etc. But in this coming, time, this new era that we are facing and entering, to understand the common ground between people will reduce escalations, reduce conflicts, and will allow smoother flow in any aspect, in any surface, whether it's business, life, family, friends, community, charity. Once you have common ground, you have a stronger bond and you have a strong community that works together. I think this is crucial.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much from that. Now I am hearing the lawyer Dana finding the common ground.
Yeah.
So what do you believe is the role of leadership? And we've talked about earlier in terms of what a leader should be and what are the skills that you need and what does next normal look like. So what do you believe is the role of leadership and transformation in thriving in the next normal in that case?
I believe that leaders in every aspect, regardless of what they do, they are those stones that you throw in the lake. We are the ones that are creating these ripples of goodness, whether it's goodness of knowledge, of services or skills, whether it's the knowledge of being as a community to work together, bringing those values that are important to us by sharing our journey, by sharing our, learning leap. And I do think that by having more and more leaders, regardless of their age, gender, ethnicity, it doesn't matter. Once they do something from the heart that is pure, that is very simple, they are creating those ripples of goodness for people to be hit by the ripple and said, hey, if they're doing it, I can do it as well. Maybe I can take this thing forward. Maybe I can take this topic and bring it to the awareness of the people so you can create this ripple around yourself. I believe leadership is not about being known, being a celebrity, being paid a lot of money. If that happens on the way, so be it. It's good. An influencer or a leader can be someone that he doesn't know that he's known, but because his journey is inspired and his journey is something that has skills or values or something to make other people want to do the same, he's a leader without even knowing that. So once you do something from here, from the heart that is pure and makes sense to you, you're already creating these ripples of goodness, which I think these are the key to create a better, healthier community with those resources that we have already.
Wow, I love that. Creating that ripples of goodness. And I think, as a leader, we can always create those ripples of goodness and be able to inspire more people to do good, right?
Yes, of course.
Yes. And well, that brings me to my last question, in fact, which is my Miss Universe question. If Yes. So if you were to ask yourself a question that you can best answer, what would it be? And if you can add why as well.
Of course. I've learned this from Tony Robbins, and I highly recommend whoever is listening here to do the same. It's called your primary questions. So a lot of us have the tendency to ask our questions in how can I be better? How can I be stronger? How can I be blah, 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 right? But subconsciously, while asking this question the same way, it puts the belief that I'm not good enough. Therefore, I want to be better, stronger, higher, whatever. So I've learned it from him. The primary question that I would like to ask myself, and I try to ask it every day in order to put my focus in a positive vibe, evolving vibe, and acknowledging my efforts already and my success, and is how can I feel and enjoy my happiness even more today? Meaning that I'm already happy, and I'm already evolving and expanding my ability to feel it and enjoy it. But how can I do it even more today? So it's in the present. This is something that makes me strong now, makes me believe subconsciously and feel it in all over my body and my cells that I'm already happy, I'm already joyful, but I want to feel it today. Once I feel happy today already and I can recognize it, there are no boundaries for what I can do because my state of mind is positive, strong, and solid. My subconscious and conscious are aligned because they know what I'm looking for more. And I acknowledge my efforts to achieve this. So, this will be my question.
Well, I love that question. I should ask myself every day about this on this question. How can I feel and enjoy my happiness even more today? Thank you. Thank you so
Amen.
much for that amazing question. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Dana. And is there anything more, I mean, to close this interview, is there anything more that you'd like to add, you'd like to leave our audience with?
Yes, I think, thank you for allowing me to add. I think hopefulness is something that we all need. We all have our own habits and our own ways to handle crises, sudden change. It's really important, guys, from my experience and my journey, to surround yourself with like-minded, positive people that are adopting to the changes, that are working on their mindset, on their well-being, on their heart set, as you said, Marilyn, and to make sure that you are fulfilling your ability to be happy on a daily basis. Once you're happy, there are no fears, there are no anxieties, there are no self-doubt, there is no scarcity. Once you feel this happiness within you, that you can do it by simple, practicing of mindfulness or yoga or meditation that are everywhere. It's accessible everywhere on the internet and with teachers and on YouTube, everywhere. Just do it daily, daily, daily. And then once you're in a positive state, everything is possible. And those like minded people, this tribe that is around you, whether it's your best friend or five friends or whatever, they will be your power community, your power group when you're feeling down or you're losing your hope. They will fulfill this hopefulness pack that you need so much in these times of crisis. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. That's very inspiring, I would say. And, I look forward to more insights coming from you in our upcoming summit on the 22nd to the 26th of February. That's going to be in 10 days' time.
Yeah.
So with the rest of the speakers who's joining us for that event, I mean, from you alone, I've already learned a lot of things, a lot of insights, and what more, hearing from over 40 amazing speakers like you on that day. I mean, it's gonna be really amazing, and I'm so excited. I can't sleep that much anymore. And even on my birthday and during holidays, I'm working just to make these things happen and just to be able to, spark that hope, hopefully, spark that hope for more leaders, for more people to be able to, thrive, because humans are made to thrive and not just to survive, right? I'm sure you will
Correct.
agree with
Correct. Yeah, that's a good phrase. And you see, you are a true example for leadership because you know what you want, you're clear about that, you're passionate about it, and you're walking your talk. So people look and say, oh, she's doing this, I can do it. She's doing this, I would like to join and, share my wisdom to inspire those that you want to inspire. So I love it. It's the best way to teach. You're showing you're role modeling what you like and what you appreciate.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's a really nice comment from coming from you, especially. I mean, like, a lot of leaders like you are supporting us for this upcoming event, and we really hope that this will inspire as much leaders to, transform, to spark hope, like what you've said. Hope is necessary in this difficult or challenging times, right? So yeah, we look forward to having you in the panel. And everyone, please do join us. It's going to be on the 22nd to the 26th of February. And you've been seeing the scroll down here where you would see the website where you can find out more information, or better yet, register. Yeah. So
Yeah.
thank you so much, Dana. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
your insights and looking forward to see you again.
Yes,
Enjoy the
me
rest
too.
of the weekend.
Thank you and happy birthday.
Thank you. Bye bye.